people relate to excitement as if it's great news. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about it. In fact, what do you hear most often when people want to compliment somebody else is, I'm excited to be here to see you speak, or I'm excited to hear about your, like, it's so ingrained as a wonderful thing. And I remember a coach, actually a teacher that both myself and one of the co-founders of Influence Ecology listened to. And he really drilled down on excitement and how it could be a very problematic mood as it relates to achieving the aims that you're after in life. Yeah. So maybe we could just start with sharing with our audience about what's the biology behind excitement and what does that really begin to cause?
Yeah, absolutely. And just to frame it a little bit, Paul, as you know, before my role in global role with Influence Ecology, I specialized in the area of stress and worked with a lot of CEOs and executives of some very large companies here in New Zealand, and wrote a lot on the topic of chronic stress and how to fix your brain and your mental performance. And one of the things I started to notice the more I studied Influence Ecology's work and the impact of your environment is it's really easy to see and actually know. I think we're all taught, if you're really agitated or upset or angry, it's best not to jump into action. I think as kids we're taught, watch your mood, don't lash out. Just as our co-founder Kirkland says, don't let the lizard press send when you're about to send one of those angry emails.
Amen.
And that makes sense. Like, it's really easy to observe that, like, whoa, I just should take a breath, walk out of the office, calm down. But what I've seen is so unusual to actually look at as a problem is, what about the opposite side of agitation and upset and when you get angry and frustrated? What about the brain getting hijacked by excitement and inspiration and enthusiasm? Because that is just out there in the world coming at us in droves. And there's a particular chemistry or neurochemistry that I'll say really simply in the brain. There's three main things that I like to point to. There's one called dopamine, which is when your interest gets piqued. It's like your reward center. Mm-hmm. So anything that stimulates that, I'm going to get a reward. And then there's your serotonin, which is the kind of happy mood and fluffy feeling you get when you're in that good mood, or like you do exercise, you get endorphins. And then there's this other one that I kind of call the social double whammy, which is oxytocin. And oxytocin is looked at as the trust molecule, the love molecule. It's what induces, my understanding is it induces birth. It has a mother and baby bond. So it's a very powerful neurochemical. And so, look, and I'm not bagging excitement. You know me, Corey, you and I are cut from the same cloth. We love getting excited about anything, and it's not bad, but have you ever had that experience where you've gone to like a sales training, a seminar, a weekend course?
A good sermon?
So many.
A good sermon. I mean, hello. I've been to some amazing sermons where you just watch a room of people, or I've been in sales meetings where everyone just gets so motivated, so excited. But the problem is the brain gets hijacked by all those wonderful neurochemicals of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. And why I say oxytocin is kind of the double whammy is it can be bad enough just something exciting you by yourself, and then you leap into action, like suddenly you're going to be able to take over the world and do all these things that you couldn't do before that moment. But oxytocin gets present in social groups. So when you stick a room of people there and they're all hijacked by the buzz of serotonin and the interest of dopamine and the reward, and then you get oxytocin levels rising because we all love each other and we could all do this together and come on, man, you can do it. Then you run out of those places totally deluded about what you really can accomplish. And that's the problem. Because nothing changed. Right. Nothing changed when you sat in that sermon for an hour and a half, or you're in that meeting. Like literally very little changed in the physical world. It's just you now feel so excited and positive about what you can accomplish.